So this is an interesting question on energy, work, and power. A gardener pulls a mower with a force of 300 newtons. If a work of 500 joules is done in moving the mower along the grassland through a distance of 20 meters, find the angle of application. The angle of application of the force. So the fact that we are solving for angle of application of the force means that the force is actually not applied horizontally to the mower, but rather at an angle to the mower. So let's first of all try to get a diagram to help us visualize what the question is all about. So we first get our grassland drawn out, and we'll draw something to represent our mower. So let's assume this is our mower, and then a force is applied at an angle to the mower. So this is the force that has been applied. But just like we've seen from the question, that means this force is applied at an angle. The fact that this force is applied at an angle, and then the mower moves horizontally on the grassland, meaning that this force is not the actual force that is moving the mower, because the mower is not moving in the direction of the applied force. It is moving horizontally on the grassland. So that means the force that is actually moving the mower is also horizontal. So we have to find the horizontal component of the applied force. So the horizontal component of the applied force will be F cos theta. And this F cos theta is what we refer to as the effective force. And that is what is moving the mower. So this is the direction. This will be the direction of motion of the mower. So let's first of all try to look at or get the values or parameters that we have already been given in the question. So what have we been given in the question? We've been given the applied force, the force that has been applied according to the question. So the force, which is F, in the question is 300 newtons. That we already know from the question. So we have 300 newton as the applied force. Then we also have distance. So distance, we'll use S to represent distance. The distance that the mower moves after the force has been applied is 20 meters. That we also know from the question. I think these are the things we've been given from the question. Then from our diagram, we've gotten the effective force that actually moves the mower. So the effective force, let's write that out. So the effective force is actually F cos theta. And the F in this is actually the applied force. And then theta in F cos theta is the angle of application of the force. And that is what we are solving for. Angle of application of the force. So let's get to the meat of the question. We have been asked to solve for the theta, which is the angle of application of the force. But remember, a work is done. I think that's also given to us in the question. Work. This effective force does a work of 500 joules. So work of 500 joules is done by this effective force. Good. Now, how do we know about work, the formula for work? In our question, work is W. So the formula for work is force times distance. That's what we know to be the formula for work. Force times distance. So let's move on to the next step. Let's write out what the effective force is. And you know the distance is x. So W is equal to effective force, which is F cos theta, times the distance, which is S. You know the distance is S, which is 20 meters. So what we really have is if we rearrange this very well, it looks like this. Just for simplicity, we have Fs cos theta is the same thing. So I'm just rewriting it so that it looks nice to the eye. So what we will do next is to divide through by this Fs so that we'll leave the cos theta alone. So what that means is we have cos theta is equal to W divided by Fs. As simple as that. And we are interested in finding what theta is. That means theta is equal to cos inverse of W divided by Fs. So we are done solving for our theta. So the only thing we need to do now is to substitute the values that we already have. So theta is equal to cos inverse of what is our W. Our W is the work that has been done, and the work done is 500 joules. So we have 500 joules divided by F, which is the force that has been applied, which is 300 newtons, times our distance. Our distance is 20 meters. So if you punch this into the calculator, you're actually going to get 85.22 degrees. That's 85.22 degrees. So the 85.22 degrees is actually the angle at which the force was applied on the mower to move it forward. So this is our final answer for the question that we have on the screen. If you find this lesson interesting, try to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Learners Aid for more interesting questions that come with solutions. See you in our next video.